He looked exhausted, dressed in worn-out jeans and a faded jacket. He carried nothing but a backpack and a small pink suitcase with glitter stickers on it. They had arrived early, but something about them made the security guard suspicious. In a place where people were rushing to catch flights, this man and his daughter looked like they didn't belong. And soon, everyone would know why. 2 officers walked over. One pointed at the father. "Sir, this area is for traveling passengers only. Please step aside." The little girl squeezed his hand tighter. Her voice trembled as she whispered, "Daddy, are they going to take us away?" Before he could answer, the guards tried to escort him out. But then someone shouted from across the terminal, someone who would change everything. Welcome to Kindness Tales. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, we can spread real stories that remind us how powerful kindness can be. Now, the story begins. The single father's name was Michael. He wasn't trying to bother anyone. He wasn't even trying to travel. He was just waiting. Waiting for someone special. His daughter, Lily, didn't fully understand. She only knew that today was supposed to be an important day, a day her dad had promised would change their lives. And so, she held tight to her little suitcase, hoping this day would be different from all the others. Michael had served in the military years ago. After returning home, life was tougher than the battlefield. His wife had gotten sick, and no matter how hard he worked, he couldn't save her. He lost her, and then his job, and finally his home. All he had left was Lily and a promise he made to be both parents for her, no matter what it took. He worked odd jobs, slept in his car when he had to, but he always kept Lily safe, always making sure she never felt abandoned. The airport security had no idea who he was, just a tired man standing around with no ticket. "Sir, I'll have to ask you to leave the premises," one officer repeated. Michael lowered his head. "We're just waiting for someone. Please, it's important." The officer shook his head. "If you're not a passenger, you can't stay here." The little girl's eyes filled with tears, and she hugged her father's arm. "Daddy, don't let them take us away again." Those words pierced the air with uncomfortable truth. A few nearby passengers paused to watch. Some felt sympathy, but no one stepped in. Most people just turned away, not knowing the story behind the fear in the girl's voice. And then came the shout. "Stop! Don't touch him!" All eyes turned toward a young woman who rushed forward. She wore a crisp, neat uniform and carried a backpack slung over one shoulder. She moved with confidence, the kind that came from a life of discipline. She walked straight up to the security officers and stood between them and the father. "What's going on here?" she asked. "He's loitering. No ticket. No travel documents," one guard explained. The woman looked at Michael, really looked at him. Her eyes softened. "He's waiting for someone?" Michael nodded. She turned back to the guards. "Do you have any idea who this man is?" They exchanged confused looks. None of them recognized him. She took a breath. "This man saved my father's life in Afghanistan." The entire airport seemed to pause. Her name was Madison. Her father was not just any soldier, he was a high-ranking military general. Years ago, Michael had pulled him from a collapsed building during an attack, risking his own life to save a man he barely knew. Michael never expected anything in return. He never even saw the general again after that day. It was just duty, and kindness. Madison stepped closer to Michael and put her hand over her heart. "We've been searching for you for months. My father wants to thank you. He wants to help you. He thought you had disappeared." Tears welled in Michael's eyes, but he tried to stay strong for Lily. Madison crouched down and smiled at the little girl. "You must be Lily. I've heard so much about you. You're very brave." Security backed away slowly, apologizing. The people watching suddenly felt something heavy in their hearts. That man they almost judged, the one they thought didn't belong, he had been a silent hero all along. Madison took out her phone. General Evans is landing now. He'll be here any minute. Lily looked at her father. Daddy, is that who we came for? Michael nodded, his voice shaking. Yes, baby. I told you someone special was coming. Minutes later, an older man walked out of the arrivals gate, still in uniform. The moment he saw Michael, he moved as fast as his legs allowed. They embraced like brothers who had survived something few could understand. The general pulled back and looked at Lily with gentle, grateful eyes. This man saved my life, he said loudly, in front of everyone. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be alive to see my own daughter grow up. Today, we're here to repay even a small piece of what we owe him. He promised Michael a home, a stable job, and support for Lily's future. Not as charity, but as honor. As gratitude. And as a recognition of kindness that never asked for anything in return. The crowd, once silent strangers, began to applaud. Some wiped away tears. Others simply watched with new understanding. Michael lifted Lily into his arms. For the first time in a long time, he didn't feel afraid. That day, a homeless single dad walked into an airport unseen, and walked out with hope. Because someone remembered his kindness. Because someone chose to see him, not for what he looked like, but for who he was. And maybe that's what we all need to remember. Kindness given in silence will never be forgotten. It finds its way back, sometimes when we need it most. So let's be the reason someone believes in good. Let's choose kindness, even when nobody's watching. And maybe one day, it will come back to us, in ways we never imagined.